section, so we'll move on to our Sounders.
Yeah, things, I got a comment when, there was the Sounders have kind of been touch and go since they won CCL. They were trying to find their footing, and then they found their footing. They were rolling, and now they're back in the knot. And a nice gentleman said, "Oh, they've been rolling. They're good now." No, they have lost their last three matches. Pardon me. That last week, that atrocious loss to Portland, which any loss to Portland is atrocious.
Yes.
But July 13th at Nashville, so the first of a 2-game road trip, the Sounders would lose that game 1-0 after a quick halftime goal, a goal right after halftime by Hani Mukhtar. So no player of the game, obviously, because he got shut out. And then July 16th at Chicago, which I was at, was another 1-0 loss. And again, he got shut out and no player of the game there. The issue is with the Sounders, and why I'm not raising the red panic button, is because of the fact that the Sounders do this every year. Whether it's the beginning of the season they suck or midseason they suck in the summer. They just do it. In 2019, I believe it was the last time they won MLS Cup, in the middle of the year they sucked. The first time they won MLS Cup, in the middle of the year they sucked, and they were like, "Oh, the turnover, they need to gut it." Things were bad, and then they won the whole friggin' thing. So I am not worried necessarily.
This is part of their trend.
It's just it's a long season. It starts it started this year in the end of February, and it's gonna run till October at minimum because of regular season. I'm not worried about it. Is it disappointing? Yes. You lost João Paulo, who was an MVP frontrunner last year, and he's a big part of your midfield. And if you know soccer, midfield is really big. And a lot of things are run through the midfield. And Nico Lodeiro, who's normally kind of your engine in there, has not necessarily been his best. Raul Ruidiaz, your all-world striker, has been out. Your back line has looked poor the last few games, and your defense last year was the best defense ranked in the MLS.
That's not the case.
They've struggled here a little bit. So, am I worried? No, because I know that the talent and the experience and the group that this is and what they're able to accomplish. But it's one of those things where it's you're better than this. This is not good. These are games you should be picking up. These are points you should be picking up and not leaving on the floor. So I'm not worried. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. It's kind of what it is right now.
When do we worry?
When do we worry? Let's see. If you're a few spots out of because right now you're 1 point out of the playoffs. So even a draw would have kept you, I think, tied you for one of the spots, or you would have somehow, So if you would have got a win, you'd be in the playoff spot right now. But if we get to, I'd say mid-September, and you're a few spots back, and it's hey, these were games right now. Well, if we're in mid-September, you look back now, these are games you can't drop, and you were dropping them. And these are matches that count. I would say that. But right now, I mean, you've still got time. You've kept yourself in it to an extent where you're within striking distance. So I would not consider it the end of the world. I'm not freaking out about it. So
don't freak out yet, guys. They could still suck for a little longer.
Oh no, we suck again. No injury news, thankfully. Just Raul Ruidiaz will be out for a little bit still. Stephen Fry was out the last two matches with COVID. That's why he wasn't there. I know people were like, why is Steph Cleveland in? I mean, Steph Cleveland's a good goalkeeper, but you normally think of Stephen Fry. As we look to team-related notes, on the 12th, both Raul Ruidiaz and Jordan Morris were named to the 2022 MLS All-Star team. So that's very nice to see. You see there Raul, and then we go to Jordan here. And then a little bit of a smaller note. On the 13th, the team is rumored to not be looking to move defender Nuhu this window. Both sides believe that it is best until the World Cup takes place to look at something like that. If you don't know why we're talking about that, Nuhu has had great growth. Even in the Nashville match, he was probably the Sounders' best player. He was doing most of the attack. And if you follow soccer in the world of football globally, I believe it was during some of the World Cup qualifiers months ago where he locked down Mo Salah. Mo Salah's incredible. And people were like, hey, who is this guy locking him down? And it got Nuhu on some national stage. and people saw that, and he'll probably move on at some point. So that probably won't be until after the season. So with that being said, the Sounders sit in an 8-win, 10-loss, 2-draw record. They are 9th in the Western Conference at this current point in time. 7 teams in the West in each conference, make the playoffs. So just let you know where we're at. Looking ahead, their next match is July 23rd, Saturday versus the Colorado Rapids. That is a 7 p.m. Pacific time start. And again, this is a team that Colorado's in your conference and could fight you for points. So you have to take care of business and can't mess around. So